Okay, this is one bin of red wigglers that I have that I need to harvest castings from. And normally I don't tape it, and normally I already have baited the worms out of this, but this time there's still worms in here. I didn't bait it. I thought I would try it and see, sifting and see how they do. The castings are just perfect right now. And this bin doesn't have a lot in it, so I thought I'd try this as a test, and we'll go from there. Oh, I guess I need a cut or something. So this is the bin I'm going to be baiting out, or harvesting the castings from. They are just perfect, the right consistency. Everything's just really good in here. So before it gets muddy by keeping it too long, I wanted to harvest it. And what I'm doing, I'm using 3 sifters, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, and the 12th, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, and a 12th. Not sure. Yes. So I'll just go ahead and do a couple. I have a couple of different containers here that I'll divide them into once I'm done with this. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, so this one, with all the rough stuff plus some worms in it, will go in one container. And this one, with the not so rough stuff, will go into a different container. I imagine I could use this for castings as well. I think I might. I'm going to put it in a separate container for measuring purposes, and maybe combine it with the other. Plus, there might be some eggs, some worm eggs in here, and some smaller worms. So I want to, go through these more carefully. So that goes in a different container. And then this other finer stuff will go into another container. Let's see if I can. And that might contain more eggs. And then we have the very, very fine stuff, which I believe I'm going to be combining what's in here with what's down here. Just want to see how many cocoons and other worms these might catch. So here we go. let me get these totes in order and show you what was harvested in each tote. Okay, I wanted to show you what the sifting has done. Going through, this was left from the 1/4 inch sift that didn't go through the 1/4 inch sleeve. There's, or sieve. Obviously there's all the worms, all the bigger worms, larger worms, and unprocessed food and other things like, well, this is food now, sprouts. I don't know what kind of sprouts they are. But anyway, these are all the worms, larger worms. And the next sift, now this is what went through the 1/4 inch sift, but not through the 1/8. It went through the 1/4 inch sift, but not through the 1/8 inch. And closer inspection shows there are cocoons in here, and there are little teeny baby worms in here. I don't know if I could catch any of them right now. See, there's some worms right there. Can you see it? I don't know. Right there. Those are worms, little teeny ones. And cocoons. Let's see. I saw them somewhere as I was going through. But anyway, believe me, cocoons are in here as well. So, and this is where the majority of stuff landed. Now, the third one is it went through the 1/8 inch, but not the 1/12 inch sieve, sifter. And I did look through here. I didn't see any worms. Doesn't mean that there couldn't be any, but the worms, if there are any, are so minuscule. There are, however, some larvae of some type. I don't know if they're from gnats, but they could be larvae from beetles. I don't know if you could see that one right there. Let's see if it'll focus on it without my finger in there. Anyway, so there's that, and yeah, I don't see any cocoons in here. So that would prevent, that sieve would prevent all the cocoons from coming in. Now this is the result of the 1/12. This is what went through the 1/12 sieve, which obviously is not very much. Let me show you the bin. That's it. That's all that went through. So if you want yours very fine, is good. So depending on what you want to do with your castings, if you're going to be selling them, then obviously the finer the better. In some cases, depending on how you're going to be selling them, you could say, there's no or hardly any worms or cocoons in it. Some people want them, some people don't. So depending on your market, and some people like them in there, knowing that your castings are still alive and viable. So anyway, I'm going to be putting this and this together. I don't know about this yet. I don't know if I'm really I really like to keep my cocoons and babies. So, but there again, depending on if I'm just going to be using it for myself this time or wanting to sell it to others. Um, I guess it all depends on marketing. But this is the greatest amount as far as vermicompost. So anyway, that's it. That's my uh, four harvests from 3 different sieves: the 1/4 inch, the 1/8 inch, and the 1/12 inch. Is it 1/12 or 1/25? Hang on, let me look at the smallest one. Yeah, 1/12. Or is it 1/20th? Whatever. It's the smallest one that they have on Amazon. They have a 5 sieve set, which is what I have. The 2 larger ones I haven't used yet, haven't had occasion to use yet, but I have them if I want to. So I just use these smaller 3 in the 5 set. So anyway, thank you for coming on this journey with me, and happy worming.